Hi girls and guys, it's Mr. Tracky and we're on the right track. In today's video we are going to go through the patch notes for the latest patch 5.2 in Fortnite Battle Royale to see exactly what has happened. It's part of a weekly thing I usually do for us on this channel, and most people keep requesting these videos, so I'm going to keep doing them for you. Just before we start the video, if you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe if you want to stay on the right track. Hit the notification bell to get my videos as soon as they're published, and if you want to, drop a like on the video. So this beautiful little thing here is the new double barrel shotgun. You may have seen some of my videos, I'll link them down in the description, complaining that these shotguns definitely need a buff now that SMGs are where they are in the game, and they don't seem to be a real viable option, at least. So it seems as instead of changing the entire balance of the shotguns again, what Epic Games has chose to do is give us a new epic and legendary shotgun. So let's pop down to the Battle Royale stuff and see exactly what is going on in this week's update. So we have a limited time mode called Steady Storm. The summary is Steady Storm has one constant moving storm closing in on the island. Stay ahead of it, take down the other players to earn a victory royale. One storm that closes in over the course of 15 minutes. There are no safe zone circles. Keep an eye on the map to predict where the storm will close in. The storm does 10 damage per second, so basically that is the most powerful storm possible, and actually sounds like a pretty decent limited time mode to me. Profile, stats, KD and wins and challenges are tracked in this mode. Obviously we got a limited time mode. Playground has had a few issues that I've tried to sort out. I'm not really gonna go over the summary and stuff, but more details. Drop into battle royale map with a squad or friends for an hour. Play on the same team to build together or switch to different teams to fight. Players respawn unless eliminated by the storm. So it's literally looking like the same sort of stuff that's going on. Not really much need for me to go through that. Let's go into the what I call the meat and potatoes of the patch notes. Weapons, we all want to know about them, and items. So double barrel shotgun added, available in epic and legendary variants, can be found from floor loot, chests, supply drops and vending machines. Delivers high burst damage at very close range, but damage falls off heavily at a distance. So it almost seems as if it's a rival for, well, what used to be the pump. Yeah, the pump's no longer what it used to be, but it's obviously going to be the pump shotgun in what it used to be in my eyes, but just without the range, which is a fair trade-off in my opinion. But we shall see. I'll obviously do a more in-depth video about what I feel about the double barrel shotgun, because as I've stated at the start of the video, I think shotguns are in a really bad state at the moment, and I'm not really a fan of this spray and pray meta. Fires 10 pellets like other shotguns, has a large spread, lower critical damage multiplier of 1.25 and a 2-second cooldown when swapping weapons. Now I'm hoping this is because it's got the ability to be fired off twice very quickly. Epic variant, up to 143 base damage per shot at extreme close range. Legendary variant, up to 150 base damage per shot at extreme close range. So in effect, if you land both your shots and you literally land every pellet as well, you're going to deal 300 damage. So this does sound like it's going to be a competitor and something similar to when we had the white common pump shotgun and the green common. OGs down in the comments, man, tell me if you know about those, if you remember those shotguns dealing 200 plus headshot damage. Absolute beasts. Vending machine has been rebalanced. Vending machines spawn more often, cost less and have an increased chance to spawn at a slightly higher rarity. Common vending machine spawn chance reduced from 7.27 to 6.67. Material cost reduced from 100 to 75. So this is quite interesting what they're doing here. I don't know how that will really affect the game. Maybe vending machines aren't being used as much as Epic would like. I'd admit there are often times where I see a vending machine and just walk straight past it, because usually what I want is brick or metal, and it's normally 500, so that is a bit of a chore, especially the fact that this should be rebalanced as they've nerfed the floor rate of materials and stuff. So I think they've actually realized, well, hang on, people aren't using them as much because we've nerfed all the building materials. So there you go, Epic, you've shot yourselves in the foot. Uncommon vending machine, spawn chance increase from 14.55 to 20%. Material cost reduced from 200 to 150. So that kind of confirms what I'm getting at. Rare vending machine, spawn chances increase from 14.55 again to 20%. Material costs reduced from 300 to 225. Epic vending machine, spawn chance increase from 5.45 to 18.6. So that's quite a massive increase in its spawning chance. Material cost reduced from 400 to 300, and then the legendary vending machines, spawn chance increase from 3.64 to 8%. Material cost reduced from 500 to 375. So again, it looks like they've really thought about what they've done with the materials and the lack of materials. It's like the great the great drought on the game now. Getting materials, you really got to work for them, which is, it's not always great, but yeah, it happens. The amount of time I've killed people now and they just don't have nothing for me is quite frustrating. Chance for no vending machine to spawn at a location reduced from 54.6 to 26.66. Reduce remote explosive drop count and stack size. Drop count reduced from 4 to 3. Max size reduced from 10 to 6. So that's another nerf in effect for the C4, which I reckon is going to end up in the vault soon enough, because that seems pretty useless to me now. That really does seem like a big blow for the C4. My initial thoughts, as I've shared with you before, is when you could just toss it and blow up a whole house, when they gave it that ridiculous buff, it was beyond overpowered. Then they reduced it down to where you would blow out the actual sections that it was nearest to, which you'd have to be more calculated about. Now it's reduced with, you know what, I get it, because people just don't even tactically place these down, they just keep lobbing them out. So yeah, I had a team of 4 the other day, and that was 40 C4s we went up against as a team, and yeah, you can imagine we died. Added a higher accuracy penalty to jumping and sprinting for dual pistols, submachine guns and hunting rifles. Okay, that's interesting. Bug fixed an issue that would sometimes cause the storm to phase 6 to do 1 less damage than intended. Fixed replication issue caused by interaction with guided missile. Gameplay. The weapon's fired position now more closely follows the actual player's position when crouching and uncrouching. Shooting while leaving the crouch stance will no longer fire bullets from full standing height until the animation is complete. Crouch does not interrupt emotes anymore, and it is disabling when emoted. I think people were abusing certain things and using this to do things really fast in the game that they shouldn't have been. So I believe that's what they're trying to fix there. Bug fixes. Certain player models will no longer obstruct camera angles or block crosshairs on slopes. This has been a big issue since they've reintroduced this new angle that you stand at to try and stop people from ghost peeking. So it's obviously teething problems for Epic Games, and it's definitely, if you've got the Bugs Bunny looking costume, you might have noticed that ear will block you away, which is quite frustrating at times. Fix an issue where a wall would become invisible when destroyed on a client, but would still have some health on the server. The camera will no longer instantly transition when attempting to aim certain weapons while in midair. Trap selection will no longer unintentionally cycle when switching to available traps. Yes. Now this is big, because you know how many times we have selected as a team the launch pad. We've built the biggest ramp ever, hoping no one shoots us down. We slap down what we think is a launch pad, which turns out to be a trap, beg your pardon. And then someone shoots us down because we've got to put down another floor piece to put down a launch pad. By then we're already dead. Very, very frustrating when you've gone out your way to make sure you've pre-selected what you'd like to use. So thank you Epic Games for this one. Very, very much appreciated. So where was we now? Fixed an unintentional camera angle, camera adjustment when entering and exiting targeting while transitioning in and out of crouch. Visual effects will now properly play, sorry, I was reading that totally wrong, when a vehicle impacts on an environment. Fix reliability issues when using a rocket launcher to boost shopping carts or ATKs. Fix an occasional failure of glider deploying after exiting a rift. Switching weapons after an emote will now play the correct weapon switch animation. Slurp juice will no longer continue to heal or provide shield after being knocked down. Ah, no. This happened to me the other day and I got up and had about 50 health. I was quite happy with myself. Player placed markers. Map markers will no longer appear to jitter on the minimap or in the world. Performance. Significant GPU optimization on Switch. Move to a higher end for forward rendering. This increases dynamic resolution by 10%. I'm not really sure. I'm going to go through all of these guys because I'm not really, you know what we do on here. We go through what we really want to know. But yeah, for me, nice addition, that double barrel shotgun. I will give you more of my personal opinion on it, as it's definitely something that needs to be introduced into the game. Be sure to check out my video on shotguns and why I believe they need a buff. That video is me explaining what I would do, which is kind of similar to what Epic has done here. I said that they should make the pump shotgun just a legendary variant and an epic variant, and just make it possibly the 200 damage headshot again, but no double pump this time. But you tell me down in the comment section, what do you think of these patch notes? Is there anything you like? Is there anything you dislike? Let me know down in the comment section. Guys, there are many buttons you could hit, but a like and subscribe button, hope they tickle your fancy. And as always guys, don't forget to stay on the right track. Peace.